Hey guys, Deju22 here, and welcome to the World Wrestling Federation Championship Scramble. And the rules are the same as the one before that, so I'm just gonna get with the program and move on. But I have to say, Night of Champions was everything I thought it would be and more. I mean, sure, it was a long time, but I was about to say, this has been an incredible night, and I had a lot of fun with this. But up next is one of the challengers. We had the champion as number 1, and here's number 2, the Godfather. And I really was not expecting the Godfather to make it this far. In fact, the challengers, of course, were selected by the championship committee, and I'm not sure what they saw in the Godfather, but I guess whatever. I mean, anybody could, anybody that was worthy in the eyes of the championship committee must have chosen the Godfather, I guess. But you know what? I guess pimping really ain't easy, because if it was, anybody could do it. But then again, not anybody could challenge for the World Wrestling Federation Championship. And although the Godfather is just strutting his stuff and just doing what he does best, just pimping out with the women, but as soon as the bell rings, he's going to have to forget all that and start going to work, as he is with his entourage of women. And when this is all said and done, I mean, this is just unbelievable how the Godfather has a shot at the World Wrestling Federation Championship. But then again, anything can happen. Anything can happen. But for now, Link is in possession of the championship by virtue of being the defending champion. And he is the first man to start. So Link is going to have to survive the entirety of the match, from the time this match starts, as it has already started, to the end of the time limit, which will be the end of the match. So from start to finish, he has to be in there for the whole time. And I mentioned before that number 1 and number 2 is at a disadvantage because they have to be there the entire match. Whereas number 5, yeah, he'll be fresh, but he will not have a lot of time to go after any victories whatsoever. And I've mentioned before how number 3 and number 4 have the advantage because, 1, they don't have to start the match, and number 2, when they do enter, they have enough time. So it just goes to show that, CM Punk, who entered at number 3, went on to win. So for Link, since he is the champion at this time, he's got to prevent not only getting pinned himself, but also, or submitting as well, but he also has to prevent one as well. So that just goes to show that it's going to be a hard road to hoe for him. But, actually, I'm sorry, CM Punk was number 4. My bad. But still. Whipped into the corner, or whipped into the barricade, rather, excuse me, is Link, and a headbutt on a Link. Ooh, and a back body drop near the concrete, the exposed concrete. And then thrown back in the ring is Link. Elbow right to the head of Link. And Godfather, are you going to get in the ring or not? Well, whatever he was doing. Well, now, okay. Alright, now both men are in the ring now. And whipped into the corner is Link. And then a kick to the leg of the Godfather, and then just cold cocked was the Godfather. Now whipped into the corner is Link. And now choked out is Link. 1, 2. Ooh, very close to getting a victory over Link. But Godfather, I mean, he's doing some work here. And now, is he gonna do it? It's time for the Whole Train. And Link is pissed. But whipped into the corner is Link. Oh, and I think Link has had enough games with Godfather. A back elbow onto the Godfather. And now a test drive onto Godfather. Ooh, and then a knee right to the arm of the Godfather. An uppercut, a European uppercut onto the Godfather. Thrown over the top rope is Godfather. And hip tossed back inside the ring is Godfather. Now, a submission on the Godfather, but it's not going to matter because Link is in possession of the championship, so even if the Godfather taps out, it ain't going to do much, but it will definitely weaken him. And Link has, he's, okay, I don't know why he was declared the victor, but, okay, I guess, but whatever. Anyway, Link, if he wasn't champion already, he's the champion now, but anyway. And then punched in the face, and now just getting pounded, just pounding away on him. Alright, in about less than 10 seconds, we're going to find out who number 3 is. Well, it's the Godfather of the corporation, that is the World Wrestling Federation, Mr. McMahon. So you have the leader of the corporation himself, Mr. McMahon. And he drew lucky number 3, but to go in against the likes of Link as well as the Godfather, and winds of change onto the Godfather, the wrestler, the Godfather, I mean. Whoa, look at the strength of Link to just suplex him like he's nothing. Did Link, and just like that, wait a minute, Mr. McMahon going for the cover. Nope, broken up immediately by the Godfather. And then a bull rush onto Mr. McMahon. And bow and arrow onto the Godfather. But just immediately, Mr. McMahon goes after Link. And then a clothesline onto Link. And is that enough? 1, 2. Ooh, very close to beating him was Mr. McMahon. And then a bull rush onto Link. And then a pinfall. Nope, not even a 1 count as the Godfather immediately breaks it up. A kick and a punch right to Mr. McMahon. A reverse DDT onto the Godfather. And then an uppercut, a European uppercut onto the Godfather. Ooh. A punch right to the face, and now just pounding his back. Just pounding away on him. And now Mr. McMahon exits the ring for some odd reason. I don't know why. But then, oh, wait a minute. He has those steel steps. But then Godfather beats him to the kick there. And then whipped into the post, rammed into the post, and thrown in the ring as Mr. McMahon. I mean, Mr. McMahon is not a wrestler in the traditional sense. But he is very tough, so he's a lot tougher than one should give him credit for. And now whipped into the corner. A shoulder tackle to McMahon. A back elbow to Mr. McMahon. Whipped into the corner is Mr. McMahon. And as for Triple H, I mean, I have to punish him somehow, but since he didn't win the championship, I'm going to have to think of something. One. Nope, kick out by the Godfather. And then, Mr. McMahon, what's he doing? Well, whatever he was doing, a chop block onto... Oh, and then a low blow right to the Godfather. And I'll tell you what, Godfather is not having any kids tonight. I'm sorry, Godfather is not having any kids whatsoever tonight. I'm telling you one thing. It's just not going to happen. And then a chop block onto Mr. McMahon. And a hard whip into the corner onto Mr. McMahon, and then he knocks down the Godfather as well. And then whipped into the corner is Link, but Link gets out of the way. And now, wait a minute. Max Stunner! Max Stunner! And that actually busted him open? How do you get busted open from a Max Stunner? One. Two. Ooh. Broken up barely by Link. But now Godfather is a bloody mess at this time. And we're closing in on 10 seconds. And by then, we are going to find out who number 4 is in just a moment. Whipped into the corner is Godfather. Who's up now? It's Eddie Guerrero. So Eddie Guerrero, who was part of that tag team tournament with Sábado Heat. Although, wait a minute, on the floor. Wait. 1, 2, 3, and wow, I'll tell you what, folks. Eddie Guerrero just did what he usually does, and that is he lied, he cheated, and he stole. But he mainly stole the championship and is in possession of it. And if the match was to end right now, Eddie Guerrero would be the champion. But that just goes to show what an advantage number 4 has, as well as number 3, of course. But number 4 is in possession of the championship. Meanwhile, McMahon and the Godfather are just going to fight each other on the outside. And now, Eddie Guerrero, what's he doing? Well, meanwhile, a couple of clubbing blows right to, well, a chokeslam onto Eddie Guerrero. Nope, not even a 1 count on the Godfather. And, wait a minute. Another Max Stunner onto the Godfather. Oh, but he doesn't go for the cover for some odd reason. I don't know why. Inverted atomic drop onto Eddie Guerrero. Ooh, and a double axe handle onto the Godfather on the outside. A DDT onto Whoa, 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 wait a minute. The referee was flying for some reason. That was kind of weird how that happened. Meanwhile, Eddie Guerrero taking those steps, and what's he going to do with them? Well, whatever. Well, nothing, because Link just beat him to the punch, literally. Okay. And now all four men are on the outside. Now, this is really where it gets dangerous because of the fact that all four men are on the outside. And then a running elbow onto the Godfather from Mr. McMahon. And now, wait a minute. A test drive on the outside to Eddie Guerrero. I mean, yeah, Link is hurt, but... Ooh, and then a fist drop onto Eddie Guerrero. And then a backbreaker onto Mr. McMahon. And then another fist drop onto Eddie Guerrero. And... a backside slam onto McMahon. And another one. Meanwhile, Link and Guerrero, and it looks like Link is hurt. I mean, he's a bit slow to move, and for some reason Eddie Guerrero was just standing there like an idiot. And another backside slam. How many slams is it going to take until, well, now look at this. Picked up Mr. McMahon and is just dropping him, and meanwhile, inside the ring, what is it again? A back superplex, that's what it's called, I'm sorry. Onto Eddie Guerrero while in the ring. And now, wait a minute, a bear hug onto Guerrero. And is Guerrero going to tap out here? Oh, but broken up just barely by the Godfather. Oh, that would have been so humiliating for Guerrero to lose the title back to... Wait a minute. One. No, kick out by McMahon. Thrown over the top rope is, well, the Godfather, but then Eddie Guerrero going right after McMahon. And now Eddie and Link are going to go back on each other. And then a leg sweep onto McMahon. And then, oh, and a backslide slam right up against those steps. And, whoa, what a move by Eddie, but he missed. And in less than a couple of seconds, oh, right on that. All right, who's up now? Oh, no, it's The Undertaker. The Undertaker from Doom. And then a power bomb onto Eddie Guerrero. And meanwhile, the Death Valley driver onto McMahon. Oh, but McMahon wisely rolling out of the ring. And nearly everyone is outside the ring. A belly-to-belly suplex onto McMahon. Oh, and then Undertaker just cold-cocked McMahon. And now a pinfall on McMahon on the outside. Nope, 1, 2. Ooh, Godfather almost had the pinfall on Link. And now McMahon gonna turn his attention to the Dead Man. And now wait, pinfall on Godfather. 1. Ooh, kick out by the Godfather. And out, well, the Godfather just took out Link and sent him onto the outside. Folks, I'm on the edge of my seat, literally, watching this. And now, Undertaker, leg drop onto McMahon. And then a back kick onto Link, and what's wrong with Link? Now, wait a minute. Wait. 1. Oh, broken up just barely by the Undertaker, and... Oh, wow, Link has just been busted open. So now Link is also in trouble, as is the Godfather. But right now, Eddie Guerrero is in the driver's seat. All he has to do is finish the job, and wow, just, I don't know how he gets the strength to do that, but he's got to be hurt, is Link. And now, Max Stunner onto the Dead Man, and now wait, pinfall on Undertaker, but he kicks out just immediately. And a pump handle slam, fall away slam. A pump handle fall away slam, that's what it's called, I'm sorry. And now, wait a minute, Undertaker going for Tombstone Pile Driver. And he's going for the pinfall right then and there. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. Undertaker just got the pinfall on McMahon. And then bow and arrow onto the Godfather. Wait. 1, 2. Oh, my God. Link just took back the title. But like I said, it's only in possession of the title. For a moment, Undertaker had it, but then he did not notice that, wait a minute, Eddie Guerrero with the pinfall. 1, 2, oh, broken up by the Undertaker. And then rammed into the post is Link. And then rammed into the post and thrown in the ring is Link. We've got about 1 minute and 30 seconds to go in this match. And then an inverted backbreaker onto Link. I mean, his body has got to be killing him. Is Link, as well as... Ooh, nice move by Eddie Guerrero. And now goes for... Well, he went for a pinfall cover. And now, wait a minute. A suplex, a superplex onto the Godfather. And now McMahon going for those other set of steps. Now, wait a minute. Oh, now Gory Bomb right on top of those steps. Onto the Godfather. Wait a minute. 1. Nope. Oh my God, we're less than 1 minute away. And if Link can somehow hold on for the next, 40 seconds, he will retain the championship successfully. 1, nope, kick out by Godfather. And now Link, of course, doesn't need to pin anybody. He just has to prevent a fall. Wait a minute, Eddie! Nope, broken up by the Undertaker. And then a DDT onto the Undertaker. Alright, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match, and still the World Wrestling Federation champion, Link. Well, I'll tell you what, folks. Link, the odds were against him. He drew number 1, and he had to last the entire match. And he suffered, and he dished out the punishment, but he suffered nonetheless. And he was lucky enough to get a pinfall over Eddie Guerrero, pin him 1, 2, 3, or was it? I forget who he pinned exactly, but he pinned Guerrero. Oh yeah, that's right. He pinned Guerrero just after Undertaker had gotten the pinfall on Mr. McMahon with that Tombstone Pile Driver. But he defied the odds, and in spite of all that, is still the World Wrestling Federation champion. You have to really tip your hat off to this man, because since winning the championship, I mean, yeah, he won the title by dubious distinction, but since then, he has been anything but a closet champion. He is a fighting champion. Hell, he is the champion. The World Wrestling Federation champion. But folks, that's the end of Night of Champions. I hope you enjoyed the show as a whole. I hope you enjoyed tonight. We have a couple of new champions. And, I mean, the action was hot and fast, but when it was all said and done, the gold was on the line tonight and the last couple of nights, and it was nothing short of a success. But folks, that's the end. Until then, this is your host, Deju22, signing off. Alright, have a good day, everybody.
This program has been pre-recorded.